Coming to you live from the White Picket Studios in Houston, Texas, this is the Realty Ruckus. If you are in any way, shape, or form involved in the real estate industry, this is the show for you. And now, your host, Alan Hernandez.
Welcome to the Realty Ruckus out of the White Picket Realty Studios. I am your host, Alan Hernandez. Sitting next to me, your producers, David Bonilla, Gibran Hernandez. We are here to make sure that your real estate business is growing right alongside with us. Don't forget that we are on every Tuesday and Thursday.
Monday.
It feels like a Monday to me. Actually, no, it feels more like a Friday. I'm ready to just get this party started. As you guys know, today is my 21st birthday. We're celebrating. And let me not forget to mention that if you love everything that you're hearing today, you guys can drop all your questions, comments, concerns below. And we love to see all of your likes, your dislikes, your angry faces, your hearts. We love all of them, especially your shares. Make sure that if you feel like this is important to someone else in the industry, that you share it with them on Facebook and on YouTube Live. All right, back to being 21 again. I'm so excited. Today is my 21st birthday, and I am celebrating all week, which is what's really exciting about it.
Oh, yeah, you're one of those people?
And I asked our listeners, how close to 21 does Alan look?
Hey, are you really asking that?
I did. I want to see what they think.
All right, we'll see what people say out there.
You tend to be younger looking than I am.
Yeah, but now that I've actually learned to grow a mustache.
How did you teach your body that? That's pretty incredible.
I want to say it's a mixture of Rogaine and
Rogaine. What you rub Rogaine on your face?
Rogaine on your face, and this is what happened.
This guy.
Hey, I want to thank all of the viewers out there, all of my friends on Facebook who have taken their time today to go on my page and wish me happy birthday. It really does mean a lot. I'm actually reading through all of them and trying to comment on all of them as well.
He's taking notes, he's seen, who put some effort in, who's just put the HBD.
If you put HBD, you may not get a like and you may get unfriended, and that's all right.
I never understood that. Like, if you're going to say happy birthday, at least put some kind of message. The HBD just isn't enough.
Hey, there's some that are really impressive here. Now, as you guys know,
you got some videos, right?
I know. Some of them are actual videos, which is really cool. So big up to Victor Sanchez. He's actually taken the time to shoot a quick little video. That's really cool. A custom video. I really like that. I'm actually going to borrow that and use that. And then, of course, a lot of people making fun of the mustache, and I appreciate that too, by the way. Jay, thank you so much for that. So, yeah, we just got done with a really, really great class.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. Fantastic class.
It's been nonstop today. I call it action-packed here at the office. We started at 8 a.m. in the morning, and we started by starting a class where we taught realtors in Houston all about branding and marketing their business here and starting and creating that traction, that digital footprint traction that everyone needs to start generating leads. I'm reading all of the reviews, man, and it's cool. It's really nice to see that people took something out of this class. So guys, if you showed up to today's class, thank you for taking the time to do so. It really shows that you're committed to developing, that you're out there really working towards making your business better. We love that, and we got a chance to really bring a lot of those little nicks and those little niches and strategies that we do to grow our business and bring them to all of you guys. If you didn't make it, we have some other classes coming up. Yeah. You missed out for sure.
And first off, thank you for breakfast out to Adrian Scott, and also thank you to Sequoia Mortgage, Danito, and April with them. They brought us out a delicious lunch, so thank you to our sponsors as well.
Yeah, that was really, really cool. Not only did we get to have breakfast here, sponsored by our partners and vendors, we got lunch too.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Man, it's been a really great day. And then in the midst of all this, if you guys weren't here, you missed it. My wife broke in with a surprise cake in the middle of all of this, so she totally embarrassed me, and I know she loves doing that. and I asked her not to do that, and she did it anyway. So
isn't that how it works?
Yeah,
though? It's
bro,
like
come on.
It's like when you tell someone, whatever you do, don't turn around.
Yeah. She's like, I'm going to get you a cake. I'm like, no, please don't do that. And of course, in the middle of the class, she comes in there and
it's like begging for it to happen when you say not for it to happen.
I tell you, man. I tell you. You know, the thing is, like, you say that you don't want it, but once it's happening, you enjoy it. You know, you got to just savor the moment for a little bit.
Bro.
No, I really didn't.
This guy.
Hey, he says he didn't want it, but I saw him eating that cake.
Yeah, it was pretty delicious.
Yeah, you were eating it like somebody who wanted it.
Tres leches always taste good, no matter what.
Right.
No matter where you get it from, it's like the best.
And that was that like mocha tres leches. It's got a completely different taste.
We should be spokesmen for tres leches. Yeah. We should just like
tres leches. This show has been brought to you by Tres Leches Worldwide.
There should be a tresleches.com. And that's all they could sell. You could just order and have it airdrop to your business. Anyway, we have a great show planned out today.
Yeah, we do.
We want to make sure that you guys are here with us to talk about real estate, because that's what we're here to talk about.
We're going to talk a little real estate. That's right.
Let's just before we get to that, what do you think the top 3 things that people took from this class today, just so that everyone out there knows from today's digital marketing class?
I think number 1 is your profile is your channel.
Your profile is your channel, and it's also your resume.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's not just your profile these days. It's your profiles. It's every profile
all of them put together
that you have out there. And in order for you to be ranked out there, and for people to take you seriously in the industry, you have to have a profile in all the major sources. So Realtor.com, Hard.com.
I think that was a huge takeaway for a lot of the realtors today, how to actually be consistent across the board to get ranked and be visible, much more so than being a regular Joe Schmo.
Yeah, and that was the other thing is how do you have a consistent message across all of those, and how many of those are important? How many of those do you really need to have? Do you really need to have a profile in? And it turns out it boils down to about 6 or 7 of them, and of course it's all the big names. It's the Realtor, the Hard, the Zillow pages.
Dare we say it?
There we say, as much as we don't like them, as much as we're not fans,
you gotta just play the game.
You gotta play the game
just
because they do have.
Don't hate the player.
Absolutely,
you gotta play the game, and Zillow is a big player.
Hey, speaking of LinkedIn, I've started to really get into LinkedIn here recently. Is it something that realtors should be focusing on?
I'll admit I don't know very much about LinkedIn. I have a profile, but I've never really done anything with it.
What do you think? Where's it going with everything that we're doing?
It's tough for me to give you an answer to that because I'm not a big LinkedIn user. So I have a LinkedIn account. I try to keep it updated about every 3 months, but honestly, I hardly ever log in there because other than looking for employees and finding a job, I'm not sure what the other utilities of LinkedIn are. I got that
stuck in my head a while ago, but I've noticed that it's kind of transformed now. So maybe it's time to go back and take a good look at it.
Absolutely. Something that I've definitely been doing. We're going to continue our conversation about social media, the things that we learned in our class here shortly, as well as get into some real estate topics. Yeah. When we get back, you're on the Realty Ruckus. Stay tuned. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555. Or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com. Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is a place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, today, we've been talking about digital marketing all morning.
Yeah.
And we always talk about the digital space. We look at where are there real threats to the industry, where are they unfounded, and now we found a brokerage that is starting to look a little bit more like Skynet. That is really, really starting to look a little scary in how they're targeting people.
Some people don't know what Skynet is.
People don't know what Skynet. Everyone who's seen this show has watched Terminator.
Anyone that was born like mid-90s probably doesn't know what Skynet really is.
Really? Brandon, do you know what Skynet is? Yes, Brandon says yes.
So if Brandon knows, everyone knows.
Yeah, and because Brandon is the shining example of his generation.
Absolutely. All right, so what is Skynet?
Oh, that's Adrian, apparently.
What's
Sorry.
Skynet then?
Skynet is like this computer that is an AI that eventually takes over and starts building its own robots with a goal to kill off all of humanity so that there's only robots left.
And so now we found the Skynet of real estate?
They're looking to kill off all the real estate agents. It's like going to come after us. It's a sentient being. But it's actually pretty interesting because this is something that I've been saying for a long time. Real estate does need this technology. They need to get better at pairing home buyers and home sellers, and I like what they're doing. So why don't you explain a little bit of what it does, David, so then we can talk about it.
So this is actually a licensed brokerage out in Southern California, and what they're doing, instead of the traditional 2-agent model, what they've done is they're taking homes and listing them for 2%. And now they do all the professional listing services. Like they have professional photography. They have the sign out there. And so what they do, though, instead of listing that property on the MLS, they are actually going to be using big data analytics, AI, as well as some digital marketing techniques, and putting it across the board on Zillow, Trulia, those type of places, to market the home to prospective clients that actually fit the profile of somebody that would actually buy that specific type of home. And that's how they are matching these listings they have with potential buyers out in the marketplace.
So are they directly targeting individuals? Like, are they reaching out to specific people like, hey, Facebook, this person, I think you might be interested in this home.
Exactly. They're using big data. So they have the house and they're like, okay, I know this house in this specific subdivision in this area of town is typically going to be this type of person with this type of income. Basically, all the targeting that we said we do in our digital marketing, that's exactly what they're doing. And they're running ads to those folks to find buyers.
But they're getting down to an individual level.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds really, really great, guys. And the reality is that every agent out there that's listing a house should know how to do this, or should have a service or company that can do this for them, right? Ideally, that's the way it works. Unfortunately, the reality is that most agents only drop the listing on MLS and let it sit there and simmer there until it either sells or doesn't sell.
Yeah.
But here's the other issue. Most buyers do come from MLS. Most of the time when you put a property on for sale, the majority of the time that it sells, it comes from another agent, or it comes from the actual buyer who may or may not have an agent searching through the MLS service. Hardly ever do we get a client who's ready to buy from any of the other websites that they've listed.
Yeah.
I mean, we may get leads from them, and those leads may eventually turn into buyers, but it may not be a buyer for this specific home. It may be a buyer for a home in the future. Now, the time frame I'm taking one of those leads to actually buying is generally 6 months, and it could be up to 9 months in most of those.
Well, one shocking statistic, we actually talked about it way back, a few episodes ago, is people typically start the online search for homes 2 years before they actually... Sorry, we learned that at Commissions Inc. University.
Yeah, Commissions Inc. University. 2 years before they actually intend to buy, that's when they start their home search.
So if I'm a seller and this brokerage approaches me and says, hey, we're going to save you 1%, but we're not going to list your property on MLS.
Yeah.
Me being an educated consumer, I'm a little bit concerned. because I understand where they come from. Now, they may come out and say, well, statistically, we can find most buyers this and this and that and find some kind of other way to prove it. But we know most buyers are coming from MLS, and this means by not putting it on MLS, which is the most generally where most buyers search, that it's going to extend the time.
Are they
on
not
market.
putting it on MLS at all?
Yeah, think about it.
Oh,
It makes
wow.
sense. Okay, fine. I'm gonna take a deduction so I can find a buyer so that I can make not 2%, which is me giving the client a discount, but I'm gonna make 5% because I'm gonna bring the buyer and I'm gonna make the 2%.
No. It's 2% total.
That's all they're charging.
That's all they're charging.
Well, then I don't know how they're making money.
Yeah.
They used to do 1% in a 6-month contract, and now they're at 2% in a 4-month contract.
Well, then here's all right. Then the next argument is if you're only charging 2%, ideally with what it's going to cost you to do all of this marketing that you're saying that you're doing, it should approximately cost you about 1% of the listing.
Exactly. So they must be either extremely damn good at this marketing,
or super lean, or they're just not doing it, or they're making very little profits, and we're only going to see them around for a little while.
We don't know if they're profitable yet. Here's another thing, and I think it's this company that are doing it. They're actually trying to.
Well, they have 3 Google reviews, so they can't have done that much business yet. Yeah, and one of the Google. I went on Google because
they recently received, I think, $15 million in funding. Yeah, they raised $15 million. In another round, and so they're up to $30 million.
Look at this one review.
Those aren't even
real. Mariceli, boy.
Those aren't even real
These aren't even real reviews.
Yeah.
This is like written by someone.
You might be looking at the wrong one. You want to look Rex Exchange.
Rex Exchange. Okay.
All right. We may be looking at the wrong one, but this one only had 3 reviews, which would be kind of
it's this one, right? Rex Real Estate.
Yes.
All right, let me look up the address. We got to confirm this. We got to make sure that we're giving you the right information.
Because if there's a formula out there that's really going to change the industry and it's going to create and it's going to cause some impact into how we do things, we want to know about it and we want to discuss it with our community, our industry here in Houston first. Now, here's the thing: if this were to work, does that mean that the consumer is going to start going in that direction automatically?
This is the first brokerage I've run across that's caused me to pause a little bit and said, okay, they might have something here, you know?
This is them. This is definitely them. It's the same exact address that's listed on their website.
Okay.
So they've got 3 Google reviews. I think what they're doing, and this may only work in areas where you don't have to be a member of your MLS. I think they're saving a lot of money by not being a member, because if you think about it, in Los Angeles, in like Hollywood, the MLSs over there are really expensive. And Los Angeles has like 7 MLSs. Yeah. They don't have just one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you don't just list on one MLS over there. So what they're doing is that they're leveraging Zillow and Trulia, which are actually more powerful than the MLS, and saying, you know what?
We don't need
why am I going to sign up for these 7 MLSs and try to find a buyer? I'll just go on Zillow Trulia, let it market itself, and hope that it sells. Clearly, they're not doing that much, or they'd have more than 3 fake Google reviews.
Yeah. I think the technology that's really interesting to investors out there. They've raised $30 million. We see this a lot with the tech companies.
Crazy to me, yeah.
Another thing I saw that maybe kind of gimmicky, I think it was this company that did it, is they actually have a small little robots in the houses, and it was like a little robot with an agent that appears on the screen that will show you around the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're like literally trying to cut out all physical presence except for like that virtual agent that's, you know, connected to the iPad on the robot.
That is insane. Okay, I would love to see that, because that's the equivalent of like the tellers at the bank or the cashiers at McDonald's.
Exactly.
That actually would change some things up. But at the end of the day, we talk about this all the time on the show, and it really does come down when you're making a decision that's going to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Can you really just trust the screen? Can you really just trust, this person that you've never met, have no rapport with, who is going to somehow walk you around the house and quote unquote sell you on it? I mean, how do you make a decision that big without really understanding who you're working with? I don't know if that actually would ever work. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Rex Real Estate is going to have, the next big deal, the next big changing thing that's gonna rock our world here.
I'm gonna tell you why this won't work. It will work in markets where your average home is $800,000 and you're making 2%. That's $16,000. Come to Houston, work for 2% only on a $100,000 house.
Yeah.
Now you're making $2,000.
Yeah.
Now you can't survive.
Yeah, and then you're gonna have to split that with your broker.
Well, I mean, if they are, let's assume that they are their own broker and they make every single dollar that they keep.
So then all of their agents aren't making commissions. All of their agents are salaried.
Well, let's whatever, right? Okay. But let's say you got to do 8 times as many deals to reach that number. Like let's say 200,000, the average in Houston. Okay, I'm not being fake there anymore with 100,000. At 2% commission, that's $4,000. Mm-hmm. You have to do 4 times as many deals to make that same $16,000 commission. So it makes a big difference. And if you look at the homes that they're claiming to sell on their website, they're all $1 million homes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless you can somehow corner the entire $1 million market here in Houston, which I can tell you, Texans like working with people.
Yep.
It's just a thing about Texans. We like being belly to belly with people, wearing our boots and our hats. You know, that's who we are.
The culture here is totally different. It's all around customer service here. Yeah. And you know, there may be states where it could be more where people are open more to technology.
Well, look, they're next expanding to Austin. How do you think they're going to fare in that market?
They may do okay, but here's the problem. Austin is not that price point either.
No, it's half.
The average house in Austin is $275,000.
Yep.
So even though Austin is more expensive than Houston, let's call it $300,000. That's a $6,000 commission. You have to do 3 times as many houses as you would in Los Angeles to make the same amount of income. So right now, and apparently for every 50 houses they sell, they build a house for free. So I'm trying to figure out how the heck you can afford to build a house for every 50 houses if you're only making $6,000. That's $300,000. You're going to build a house, and then where does everybody get paid from?
It's interesting that we see these come up every once in a while. I feel like every 2 or 3 months we see another try of this, and then somehow
this one was just the most interesting so far to me.
Yeah,
this one was the most interesting. Gave me a little bit pause.
It's very interesting because I like the idea of putting consumers directly together with each other and being a servicer in between, right? I've always said that's a great idea, but technology is still very far from doing that. You need almost human level AI. And we know for a fact we're about 18 years from human level AI. That's a really long time. 18 years ago, the internet was barely taking off 18 years ago.
I think we still had VCRs back then.
Yeah, we did.
Cassette tapes.
You still had to program your VCRs 18 years ago.
My kids found some cassette tapes at a house that we bought recently. They found like a big old batch of them. And Daniel pulled it out and he goes, "Hey, check out these CDs." I was like, yeah. Check them out.
I would love to. I've seen videos online of people doing this. They give their kids like old technology, like a laser disc, or they give them like a VCR, and they're like, "Here, put this movie on." And they're like trying to figure out where you watch the movie on the VHS, or where's the screen on this thing.
They think the little thing in the middle is the screen, right?
Yeah. It's awesome, man. I love it.
I love it. So, all right, is this going to work? Is this not going to work? You want to give it like a thumbs up or a thumbs down?
I think it's still too far away. I think that the markets are still too different. I think that it'll work in areas that are very expensive and that are prone to technology. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle.
Big, expensive cities.
I don't even know if it'll work in New York because their housing market is too diverse.
Yep.
And you've got too many other big-time agents there that are doing it and not having to cut their commissions. So I don't know. The verdict is out, but
verdict's out for me too.
I think it'd be interesting to see him in a place like Texas, and we've seen other people try it and not make it, and it's because we love to be in front of people. So anyways, we have to take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we'll finish our discussion. Stay tuned. You're on the Realty Ruckus. Hey Houston, this is Alan Hernandez, and I want to remind you guys to visit our friends over at Quest IRA to learn everything there is to learn about investing with your IRA. Now, if you haven't been over there recently, you have to check them out. They have free educational classes, networking opportunities, the ability to tap into $1 billion for your real estate investing deals. These are the guys to know when it comes to learning about this kind of stuff. You want to make sure you visit them and check them out over at www.questira.com. Again, that's questira.com.
Stop searching and start staying in the know with our Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook. Follow us by searching at Houston Real Estate Events to stay up to date on the latest events for real estate in the Houston area. If you are interested in having your event on our page, please email me at david@whitepicketrealty.com. Again, that's david@whitepicketrealty.com. Non-paid events only. One more time, find us on Facebook at Houston Real Estate Events, and we'll see y'all at the next one.
Hey guys, Alan here. Are you a home investor in need of house plans and permit expediting services? If so, Houston Plans and Permits is your local one-stop shop. They have over 15 years of professional design experience and have a strong team of knowledgeable permitting expediters to service all of your projects. Please contact them by calling them at 281-372-1555. Again, 281-372-1555, or visit them at their website, plansandpermits.com. Again, that's www.plansandpermits.com.
Hey Houston real estate agents, this is Alan Hernandez, broker at White Picket Realty. I want to let you know that when you're ready to stop working your real estate career and start building a real estate business, Team WPR is the place to be. Not only do we offer real results, real support, and real branding, but furthermore, 80 to 100% commissions of your hard-earned money going back to you. So make sure you reach out to us. Join at teamwpr.com. Again, that's join, Join, at teamwpr.com.
And we are back on Realty Ruckus. Remember that you can find us live on Facebook and YouTube, where if you chat with us live during the show, we can answer your questions live on the air. Now, looked at another technology company today that is claiming that they're going to be the next big thing. We all gave it a thumbs down. I just don't see it.
I think we went thumbs down all the way. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
I agree with that. Very interesting.
They can be onto something, just not as a company, maybe as just a new way to market.
I see something that could potentially work there, but something's not quite right. Something doesn't make sense. And this is what we were talking about earlier when we said if you're going to have a digital footprint,
absolutely,
your digital footprint has to be consistent amongst all platforms. So we checked all their platforms over the break, and we found that there are some inconsistencies with their digital footprint. And immediately, what did we think? They lost
credibility.
Something's not quite right.
Immediately.
There's some loss of credibility there. Yeah. Now, this may be the absolute next best, biggest company in the world.
It's just what amazes me, though. These people have gotten $30 million out of investors, and they've got 3 bullshit Google reviews. Investors are throwing money anywhere these days. They're like, "Oh my God, you used the word technology? Yeah. Here's $1 million. Go do something."
And I think it's because there's been such a buzz created around the possibility that a major player can step into real estate and really change the industry. And I think that's what has investors just ready to throw their money at any tech company that pops up in the real estate sphere, is that buzz. Then they're just looking to hopefully land that one company that does it.
I think we need to rebrand, and we'll go #Team WPR Tech.
Yeah. Team Tech.
Yeah, Team Tech.
Yeah.
And I think that'll just set us up.
We'll raise $30 million tomorrow just based on that. There are companies out there that are changing, and one of the ones that we've been following a lot was Compass. Compass was really rocking it, and then all of a sudden, boom, their leadership falls apart.
This is crazy. So Compass says that they did it on purpose, that they chose to let their CFO go, who they just hired 6 months ago.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And they hired him during the investment round, like right before they got that $300 million. They had just hired this guy, and they said, "Oh, he wasn't capable of running it." But they lost him, they lost a COO, and they lost their CTO all in the same week. So CFO, COO, CTO.
So basically your whole C-suite's gone.
And guess what?
CEO's gone too?
No, the CEO's still there, Robert Refkin. And he's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. I wish these guys well. I think they're going to do great." He's got to say that. That's what he has to say. But all 3 of them said, "We're leaving to start our own company." That's scary.
Something's up there. So anyway, those are companies that we always keep track of, and we always are looking to see who's out there really rocking it, who's really changing the industry. So far, we haven't seen anything that's really going to come in here and change things up. Nothing convincing that we're in any way threatened. The one thing that's been consistent amongst everything that we're seeing is that as long as we continue to deliver excellent value, excellent service, and we're giving people what they want, which is that belly-to-belly good experience.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you have technology with or against you, you're always going to do well.
Yeah, and it's so funny, man, because when I'm reading these articles, I see a bunch of agents, and they really are scared that they're going to be replaced by these companies or these services. And, I feel like just watch the Ruckus. Once you see our oh shit faces, that's when it's time to get your brown pants. But until then,
the day that I come on the Ruckus and I'm like, Skynet is real.
Yeah.
We are closing.
We're jumping ship.
Yeah.
We're moving over to Skynet.
That's when you have to say, "Oh, damn, the Ruckus, if they announced it, that's it. Just like we announced the death of Twitter.
We did.
And it will happen, I promise you.
I realized we haven't made a post on Twitter in like 2 years since we announced it.
He's going to go look at that analytics
Yeah, it's
right
pretty
now.
bad.
I am. That's what I'm pulling up.
It's
I'm
pretty
like,
bad. Since we announced it, we were like, you know what?
bad
That's
is
it. We're
Twitter?
done with Twitter. Anyway, all right, let's talk about some of the events that we have coming up because we have some really, really good ones. We just finished a good one, but we have more coming up.
Man, we had a great digital marketing event today.
Yeah, that was packed.
We do have other workshops that are coming up, guys. Make sure to follow White Picket Realty and the Houston Real Estate Events page so you can stay up to date with those events. Now, as far as the things that are coming up, we do have the Team WPR Summit that's coming up on the first Monday of April. That's April 2nd. We're going to be over at Valero Title in the Galleria. Now, this is a team meeting. It's in person, and we usually get pumped up with a motivational speech. We got great music. We have breakfast and lunch coming in. We're rewarding our top producers and going over some company news, and then we get into intensive training. Now,
this is high-level training.
Yeah. Now,
this is not like how to like fill out, you know, a document.
Yeah.
This is like your high level, how to take your business to the next level.
Yes, exactly. And so, you know, you're saying, why would I care? Well, if you're interested in our culture, our vision, or how it is that we're doing things, when you say, hey, man, look at these guys, they're doing it right. If you want to find out a little bit about that, shoot me an email, david@teamwpr.com, and I'll get you a special invite. This is for realtors or prospective realtors only, but I'd love for you guys to come out and see a little bit of our culture and the vision that our company has. Now, beyond that, in April, one of our biggest events is the Real Estate Rally, and that's coming up Wednesday, April 11th at St. Arnold's Brewing Company again. And we had an amazing turnout for the last event, 386. We count every single person that comes into the door.
Yep.
We don't give you guys inflated numbers. We give you the true count. 386 people coming through the door. What did you guys think about that?
Man, our vendors were so happy. So I get a chance to speak to a lot of the sponsors, the vendors, our partners, which is what we like to call them. By the way, big thanks to our title sponsors. That's
Yes.
Integrity Mortgage, Jet Lending. I mean, these guys really have put a lot of trust on this event,
Yeah.
and a lot of trust in the industry who is continuously driving forward. So again, thank you guys for trusting us to really take this event to the next level. And because of you, it is that we can do it.
Yeah.
They were
Absolutely.
extremely happy with the turnout. I mean, they got nearly 800 RSVPs to this thing.
That's right.
Imagine. So they get a chance to really go out there and let other people know how they can help their businesses grow. These are all real estate agents, they're lenders, they're attorneys, they're private lenders. I mean, you find a little bit of
wholesalers,
everything in this event. So it's really, really a cool event. April 11th is the next time that we're gonna have it, and I really think we're gonna go over the limit again.
Yeah, I think so as well. So April 11th, St. Arnold's Brewing Company, 6 to 9 p.m. Please make sure to RSVP beforehand so you're not waiting in the line to get registered at the door. Like I said, we do register everybody and we count everybody that comes in.
Absolutely.
All right, what else do we have coming up?
That's it as far as our events go. I know I'm going to be attending the block party that Jeff Emerson's hosting. Or not, it's not his block party, but me and Jabron went out last time to a Midtown block party.
Oh,
Had
it's
so much fun out there.
much fun, man. You have
Yeah.
no idea. It's
That
a
one's coming
blast.
up.
We have a lot of cool events coming up. Make sure that you keep track of all of them at the Houston Real Estate Events page on Facebook, as well as on the White Picket Realty page. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit the share button with anyone out there who you think could use more information on how they can grow their real estate business right alongside with us. We are the Realty Ruckus. Don't forget to keep up your ruckus, and we'll see you next time.
This has been the Realty Ruckus. Make sure and join us every Tuesday and Friday for new episodes. Find us on YouTube and Facebook for replays of previous episodes. And as always, keep elevating yourself and keep up your ruckus. Thanks for listening.